the quickest way to transform your life, to level up and move closer to that greatest version of yourself that you know is living inside of you, that just needs to be discovered and unleashed, the quickest way to level up is to stop surrounding yourself with people who tolerate your mediocrity. Now, when I say that, many people will initially think, well, nobody in my life really tolerates my mediocrity. My parents have really high expectations, really high standards for me. And here's what I would say to that is that you don't even realize that the people around you, your friends, your family, your colleagues, your boss, whoever, these people who have high standards for you, that is still objectively a low standard when compared to all of the other performers out there in the world. For instance, my dad had very high expectations, very high standards for me as a chess player as a child. But his high expectations of what it meant to be a good chess player was still mediocre by comparison to some Russian kid in 1982 whose parents were grandmasters, who went to the Soviet School of Chess where it is a national pastime, right? Their standard of excellence was so much higher than my dad's for me. Their expectation of what mediocrity was a stunning success to my dad and his expectations of me. And this, I'm telling you, if you can wrap your mind around the fact that the people in your life right now, they probably hold you in high esteem, high regard, and they want the best for you. And yet still, because of where they stand relative to the mountain of potential in the world, their expectations for you are still mediocre in the grand scheme of things. And that might be fine. That might be fine depending on what you want for your life. But if you are on this path of self-improvement and seeking and striving and saying, I want to become the best version that I can of myself, not relative to other people. Let's forget that. It's not about me versus the Russian kid in chess, right? It's me against me. How can I become the very best version of myself? Well, the only way to truly discover that is to put yourself in environments and surround yourself with people who hold you to the highest standards possible. Now, this was eye-opening for me when I left high school and went to college for the first time. This is probably the first time that I ever had true exposure to the fact that my standards, which I thought were excellent, and the standards that the people in my life were holding me to because I was the captain of the track team. I was, all regional and went to state, and I thought I was one of the best. I thought that I was holding myself to a high standard, and I went and I competed in Division II, not even the top division. I was still competing against the scrubs. No offense if you're Division II, but you know, right? You're not D1. And even there, going to my very first week of practice on the cross country team and the track team, it was like stepping into a whole new world where I realized that what I thought was good work, what I thought was good effort was nothing. It was nothing. I had been tolerating my own mediocrity and convincing myself it was excellence. And that is one of the most dangerous traps. So here's what I suggest is to go and get into rooms with people who are operating far above your level, that reframe your beliefs about what's possible in your world. The people that I've seen make the quickest improvements, going from, dead broke to millionaire in a couple of years, it was largely because they got into the sphere of somebody else. Often it's just one person that just transforms the paradigm. It shifts their perspective of what's possible, what it means to do hard work, what it means to actually to care about a thing. For me, I was very blessed, and I've told the story, multiple times now about when I was in that van. The real pivotal moment wasn't something that happened internally to me. It was an external event, meeting a person that just transformed and put me on a new level and had me thinking in a grander scale for what my life could be and what it meant. Now, what's interesting is I would say, and I know because I'm still good friends with this guy, looking back, he has hit his glass ceiling. And he did not continue to expand his network, his beliefs, his systems, any of that stuff. And so he's still more or less where he was when I was below him. And I'm not saying I'm above him now, but objectively in terms of success in certain areas of life, I've surpassed. Now, if that's not the goal, if you don't want that, that's totally fine. But if you're watching this, if you're listening to this, it's presumed that you want to make the biggest impact on the world as you possibly can. And that means discovering the full depth and breadth of your potential. And the best way to do that is to continue leveling up. And this is why coaches have coaches have coaches have coaches, right? Because you can't actually get access to Elon Musk. If you wanted to win the business game, the best person to go learn from would be the guy at the top, right? That's the person who is going to level you up the quickest because he has the most to give you. But you can't get access to that person. You probably can only get access to the person who's 1, 2, maybe 3 levels above you. So you go and you learn from them while they're learning from the person who's 1, 2, 3 levels above them. And they're learning from the person 1, 2, 3 levels above them. And so that's how this works. So if you are working with somebody who is not working with somebody else, who doesn't have their own coach, then it's probably just a matter of time till you're going to surpass them, especially if you stay on this path of personal development and continual learning and mastery. Again, it's not about comparing yourself to others, but it is about understanding what is the true standard of mediocrity. And right now, you're probably doing really well. But the truth is, you could be doing so much better. And the quickest, easiest way to unlock that is just to get into better rooms with people that can pull you up to their level. And once you're on that level, get into rooms with people operating even above that, and they'll pull you up to that level. Now, this is going to make you feel like an imposter. It's going to make you feel like a perpetual imposter because it means you're constantly getting around people who are doing things that you cannot, that can see the world and move through it in ways that you just don't have the ability. You don't have the muscles for, you don't have the stamina for, you don't have the mindset for. And so you constantly feel out of place. That is the price that you will pay on this path to your greatness, is to never feel like you really, truly have arrived, because here's the truth. Mastery is the road, not the destination. And you're going to spend an entire lifetime on it. And so you can either move quickly on that path, or you can move slowly. It's your choice, but you are on the path one way or the other. If you want to move quickly, stop surrounding yourself with people who tolerate your mediocrity. Now, if you want some help, if you're a business owner and you would like a little bit of assistance trying to move to that next level in your business, then go to beyondtheapex.com. You can apply for the group coaching program. We're very selective with who we let in. It's very small because every single person that we let into that group has to add to the overall, has to raise the standard for everybody. The average of the group has to go up, not be pulled down. But if you think you'd be a good fit for it, go. I encourage you to apply to it. And if it's a good fit, I'll reach out. Love to potentially work with you and help you get to that next level. If not, keep consuming the podcast. It's completely free. This is a great way to get, what would you say, remote mentorship. You might not know me, but I am sharing all of my best lessons with you here. So keep consuming. And if you enjoy that, do me a favor, hit that like button. Just like that. Like, I don't know if you could, if you're listening to the podcast, you can't see that, but I just smacked my knee, like smacking the like button. Anywho, I'm obviously done here. I'll see you in the next episode.